Remember when these games were about World War II? Running through the trenches in those muddy, war-torn European countrysides, looking down the sights of your old iron rifle. Now I'm shooting astronauts floating through space. I'd call this jumping the shark, but I might actually be shooting sharks later. It's Call of Duty Ghosts for the Nintendo Wii U.
Push!
So, year 2 of Wii U. More Call of Duty for you. That's a good thing, because these games sell. People love Call of Duty, and rightfully so. They're usually very good shooters. Sometimes they're great shooters. Modern Warfare was a great shooter. Hey, I even had a great time with Black Ops 2 on the Wii U. So I was pretty excited for Ghosts on the Wii U. Maybe a little too excited. Turns out this is one of the good ones, as opposed to the great ones.
Hey, at the turret! Shoot the truck! Command, this is Viking. We've acquired an enemy helo and an RTV from south of the wall. Do you copy?
So anyway, back to space. Game starts off with a pretty ridiculous opening scene, which leads to a shootout in space, and then some explosions in space, followed by people giving up their lives to save the world in space. So it's basically Michael Bay the video game. If you could play as Megan Fox, it freaking would be. Story so ridiculous, I'm not sure whether to laugh or start a petition. Wait, I know. I'll have my dog eat that guy!
Drop these guys.
That's the weird thing about Call of Duty Ghosts. It's just impossible to take this game seriously, and I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to take it seriously, but I feel like maybe it does take itself seriously. I mean, it has all the over-the-top ridiculousness that makes Saints Row so much fun, but without all the self-aware jokes and tone. I mean, if I'm supposed to actually care about this story, mission freaking failed, so I have no idea. But serious or not, Ghosts is at least serious fun.
We're marking our position! Get down! Enemy artillery inbound! Hold on!
Fortunately, the gameplay is as strong as ever. The weapons are responsive, they have perfect feedback and that tactile feel. And one of the nice things about Wii U is all the options you have. You can play with the gamepad, the Pro Controller, you can even go Wii style with the remote and nunchuck combination. And every setup works well. They all have advantages and disadvantages. For accuracy, you can't beat the pointer. But the gamepad has its advantages too, especially in multiplayer. It has your map, which comes in handy, as well as access to weapon loadouts. Not that it helps me. Speaking of multiplayer, there's multiplayer in Call of Duty Ghosts, which may or may not be the game's primary selling point. And especially on the Wii U, I mean, that's a hell of a selling point. The system's library is definitely growing. In fact, it's actually gotten pretty decent. But at the same time, there's not a whole lot in the way of great online games yet. So Ghosts is a welcome addition for that alone, not to mention the fact that it's a good online multiplayer. Now, it's largely more of what you'd expect. Deathmatch and its many variations, capture the flag, all the usual suspects, as well as some new tweaks on those classics. It's also worth mentioning that the maps feel a lot bigger than the ones in Black Ops 2, and more open. And it's cool because it gives an even greater sense of danger to just walking into open space. You just know that someone's watching, and given the game's very specific character customizations, that someone is probably a sniper, who has all kinds of sniping stuff. Or you just get shot point blank. I suck at this. But even so, I still had a lot of fun with this, and that's the thing about Ghosts. It's not as creative as prior games, not as inventive, certainly not as new. It's a lot of ideas you've seen elsewhere, as well as a very confused tone that can't decide if it's parody or military drama or what. But in the end, it's fun. The mechanics are still strong, the graphics look great on Wii U, the music's still dramatic, the multiplayer's still great, and again, on this system, just having online multiplayer gives you an edge. While other third-party games mobilize elsewhere, it's great to see Call of Duty continue to attack the Wii U, or at least in some capacity. And in Ghosts, even though the mission may be predictable, it's still a success.